The Chronicles of Allimir, the Dowry of Fuerta. Chapter 3. A Meeting of Souls. The arrow flew silently towards its target. The wolf felt no pain as it died instantly. Arrow in eye, it fell from the precipice to the woodland floor below. "Not bad, Inalu," chirped Fuerta, smiling. "Pity you lost your arrow," she jokingly chastised, shaking her head. "How many times must I—" She was cut short by Allimir's lips upon her own. She sighed with pleasure, giving in to his interruption. "You talk too much," whispered Allimir. He grabbed Fuerta's arms, twisting her body and forcing her to the ground. 10 years had passed since their first encounter. Allimir and Fuerta had become firm childhood friends, inseparable, much to Fuerta's father Trinitel's dismay. "You dishonour your family," he would preach. "That Inalu is a disgrace." "That Inalu has more honour in his little finger than many of our bravest hunters," Fuerta would reply. Fuerta had made good on her statement to Allimir that it was time his brothers stopped tormenting him and kept him from harm ever since. Wherever Allimir went, Fuerta was there to foil Tekar and Nefor's attempts. In Allimir's 15th year, Nefor had tried to push him from the mill while he was collecting flour. Before he had chance, Fuerta had shot an arrow, clipping Nefor's ear. He'd run yelping and bleeding, cursing Fuerta, but cursing was all he could do. Being the clan leader's daughter, Fuerta was known to be untouchable. Death would befall any who attempted to harm her. Fuerta had also passed on all of her training and knowledge to Allimir, so as he grew older and more experienced in the Bosmer ways, any attempt by his brothers to do him harm were foiled or avoided. This infuriated Tekar, in particular, as he was looked upon as Hallandun's champion and destined to bond with the clan leader's daughter, Fuerta. Friendship between Allimir and Fuerta soon blossomed into romance, Allimir falling for her beauty and kindness, and Fuerta for Allimir's humility, bravery and loyalty. Allimir held Fuerta close to his body, able to hear her gentle breathing and loving heartbeat. "Today would have been my father's day of birth," Allimir spoke wistfully. Soon after Allimir was born, his father had mysteriously disappeared. Some thought he had succumbed to the hunt, but many blamed the birth of his Inalu son. Whispers spread of how he had left for the wilderness of Skyrim to take his own life. "I'm sorry," Fuerta spoke softly, touching Allimir's face with her hand. "How do you think he died?" Allimir asked. "Speculation is pointless and damaging," she said. "Whatever the reason, you are not to blame." Fuerta kissed Allimir lovingly and pulled him closer. "Soon will be the day of your dowry," said Allimir, turning away from Fuerta to distance himself from the hurt. "How will I bear seeing you with another? Maybe even Tekar?" "I refuse to bond with that moron," Fuerta stated angrily. "You'll have no choice if he returns with your dowry before the others." "Then I will run away with you, and we shall live in the cold lands of Skyrim, where no one will ever find us," declared Fuerta. Allimir laughed, seeing the determination in Fuerta's eyes. "I'm glad you find me amusing," said Fuerta, pushing Allimir playfully away. "There may be another solution," Fuerta said thoughtfully. "What if I can convince my father to allow you to compete for my dowry?" "Impossible," Allimir said. "No Inalu has ever been allowed to compete before." "I have never known you to admit defeat to anything, Allimir. Put on your clothes quickly. We have much to do." Chapter 3. In his father's footsteps.